What's up, friends and followers? Today I want to talk about priorities when it comes to nutrition in fitness and achieving your goals. I hear a lot of people in the gym talking about irrelevant nutrition facts and concepts that play a very little role in your results and the importance when it comes to diet and nutrition. For example, I hear people saying or discussing, should I eat potato or sweet potato? Which has more potassium? Or which has more nutritional values and blah blah blah. And to discuss whether you should eat potato or sweet potato when you have no idea what macros, how much carbs and fats and protein you're putting into your body on the daily basis. It's like having a company and you're discussing and thinking really hard about whether you should get blue or red shares for the office when you're not even looking at the budget. It's like the fundamentals of having a company, a successful company, is the budget. How's money looking? And that's the same thing with the body. Like whether you eat potato or sweet potato isn't going to make a huge difference. However, knowing your macros and what you're putting into your body as a daily total or a weekly total is really important. It's the same thing as the budget for a company. So does potato or sweet potato make a difference? Maybe it does for you. Maybe your stomach works a lot better with sweet potato than potato, or the other way around. And it's the same thing, like maybe red shears fits the office a lot better and looks a lot better. But is that the main concept that you should be focusing on if you don't even know the budget or you don't even know the macros you're putting into your body? So that's actually that's the most important part of nutrition. It's how much carbs, fats and protein are you eating. And that's basically, if you get that right, you get 80% of the results you can get. Like just by doing that simple little thing, you get 80% of the results, or something like that. It's hard to estimate, but something like that. Instead of focusing on whether you should eat potato or sweet potato. I know it's really easy to want to find a simple answer like, man, if I just switch to sweet potato, everything's gonna be great. But the truth is that to get most of the results, you need to track your macros, and that takes dedication. Now, people usually don't know what macros they are eating. Or maybe they think they know because they tracked one day 2 years ago and I eat 4,000 calories a day. Yeah, you don't. Full of shit. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it. That's what I wanted to tell you, to get your priorities straight when it comes to nutrition, because some things really matter and some things don't really matter that much. So the further and the smarter you get when it comes to nutrition, the more you understand that it's about principles. Like you have certain priorities, and the most fundamental priority is duration. How good can you, how long can you stick to what you're doing? That's the most important. The second most important thing is macros, or to make it even more simple, calories and protein. So there's no need for you to suffer for eating healthy whole grain food, like clean, that's my favorite word, the clean foods, unless you got the macros under control. You're gonna feel like, oh, I'm hardcore, I'm dedicated because I'm pushing through and I'm eating all of this and I don't really like it, but I'm hardcore. But man, what the fuck are you doing? Get your macros under control. So yeah, it's really simple, but it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to get that under control. But you need to learn the priorities of what is important and what is not as important when it comes to nutrition. There's no need to figure out like the perfect BCAA combination and how much leucine you want in, unless you get your macros under control. And when you hear pros talking about, oh, I don't track my macros, well, the truth is that they do, indirectly, because they eat the same shit every single fucking day. And if they don't lose weight, They just cut out things. So they do the same thing. They're eating the same macros every day, and then they adjust. They just don't know the numbers. But they are actually indirectly tracking the macros by eating the same things every day. Now you can choose, maybe you want to eat exact same thing every day. But just be aware that it's gonna fucking suck. You're gonna have to eat the exact same thing every day, and you can't just switch out something for something else, because if you switch out your potato for pasta, it's gonna make a difference. And if you want to have dinner with your family, for instance, you can't just say, oh, I ate about the same amount. Well, it has different values on the macros. So basically, tracking your macros doesn't take as much dedication as eating the same thing every day. Like having a really good bodybuilding diet is going to give more results than simply tracking the macros. But nobody can fucking stick to it unless you're a bodybuilder. I can't stick with it. Hell, did you see my full day of eating video? I finished my day with a lot of candy because it fit my macros, and because I didn't feel like shoving down food down my throat that I didn't want to eat, because it fucking sucks. So yeah, that's basically it. Get your priorities straight, know what you're doing, and don't just waste your time on irrelevant shit that doesn't really matter. Because the truth is that most likely you got a very long way to go before it becomes relevant whether you eat potato or sweet potato. If you want to know more about this, drop a comment, because I may actually do like a very complete and full video on nutrition and what's important and what is not, and how important different things are. Eric Helms has a very good nutritional period. What do you call it? The pyramid. A pyramid. And I may go through it on a very basic level, because he goes through it a bit more in depth, but it's pretty heavy stuff for a beginner to watch through and get the concepts. So yeah, drop a comment if you want to see me make a complete video about nutrition. Like the video, of course, hit subscribe and hit that bell thing so you get notifications, because I have a lot more subscribers than I get views, which is kind of weird. Okay, peace. I'm out, motherfuckers.